Welcome to another Minute with Myers. And I want to start today by just being very real. I'm feeling a sense of grief. And this may seem trivial, but I'm a sports fan, and today was supposed to be opening day for Major League Baseball. And I know that seems small in the world of things going on around us. But I've learned by experience it helps to be able to name those things that bring us grief, those things that bring on the anxiety, those things that can add to depression in our lives. We can only heal if we can name the hurts. And so, in times like these of a global pandemic, we can run from it or we can look at the darkness straight in the face and say, God is with me in the darkness. So, I'm not afraid to name it, to name the fear of getting sick, the fear of, and some people have already experienced this, losing their jobs, the fear of not having enough to eat, the fear of running out of stuff, the fear of not only getting sick and dying, but loved ones who are at risk. And that's all of us, really, but loved ones who are especially at risk because of underlying conditions or because of age, and just being able to name those fears, to name those anxieties, to name those things that we are missing out on as we shelter in place. And it starts there, to be able to name the darkness. One of the most famous passages in the Bible is Psalm 23. And the line that's in there is, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. See, even the psalmist is admitting the darkness, the shadow of death, and those shadowy places in the valley, not the highs in life, but even though those times when we are walking in the deepest, darkest places in life. But then goes on to say, I'm not afraid of the danger because God is with me. To understand the need for God and to know that God is with us, we first have to be able to name the hurts. Then we can begin to heal. And then we can begin to sense and draw close to God. Or should I say, notice that God has drawn close to us. My challenge for you today is to name the darkness, to name the anxiety, to name the grief, no matter how big or how trivial. And then I invite you, after naming that, to pray with me, to pray that God would be with us in all of this, to pray that for those who are putting themselves on the line to take care of sick folks, for those who put themselves on the line that still have to do public jobs to help our community, for those who are afraid, for those who are already sick, for those who have lost loved ones, for those who will lose loved ones. But we have to name it. That's the challenge. But when we do that, we know God is with us in it. Amen.